Hey guys, here's the update on what we're up to. So, couple little tricks my father likes doing. You can see this saw has a few degrees pitched to it. That's to get the miters to close up tight. You can see a lot of cutting. So, all these miters make a lot of cuts. It's good to make sure your blade is sharp. So if your blade is starting to fray the wood a little bit, you got to sharpen it or get a new one. So it's starting to be to that point now where we're ready for another blade. Anyways, you can see how it's starting to get defined as far as each wall has its own little thing going on, depending upon what's happening on the wall. So like we were saying before, the vanities are here, there's two of them, and then the frameworks, there's two frames there. And then on this particular wall, we define the perimeter of the mosaic. There's going to be a coral reef mosaic with a sea turtle, and that's on order, it's coming, so it's been quite a while, but pretty soon we'll have it. But we just made up perimeter dimensions for it, and that inlays inside of it. And anyways, if you're wondering why we're making all these frames and doing all these tone changes on the boards, on the wall, we're trying to create something that has like visual depth to it rather than just a flat surface. So if that was just a painted wall, or even just hardwood boards just running against each other with no pattern, you're going to just see flatness. So we're trying to make something three-dimensional out of something that's two-dimensional. So that's the idea anyways, just to give it a little bit of dimension to the wall. Of course, when the artwork goes on it, that's going to give dimension because you're going to be looking into the image. But that's how that gets framed, and then everything else you see below is all marble. And then we're working our frames up the wall, and that's actually just sitting there loosely fitted on the top part, but the bottom's screwed in. And you can see we're sealing all our tongue and grooves for water, so these all have been sealed up with the Henry 900, which is a nice flexible caulk. Stays soft, and then we're actually adhering it to the wall with the Henry also in this wet area, because this wood will see water. It's going to get splashed with water. And you can see how we work with the clamps. We keep things clamped together. We're clamping things down to the wall. And we're using a lot of the screws. We're using these trim screws if anyone's interested. These are 2-inch. A T10 tip. And we screwed all of these instead of using the flooring nailer with. See, and you can see these little frayed edges here. We come in after with teak oil, and it takes the fray away, kind of erases it. But anyways, that's what that's starting to be looking like, and we'll put the last two boards on the top in afterwards. But we're going to start on this wall tomorrow. We're going to come down in this area, and we're going to run the boards down around the mixing valve, and they go back up and over, and then they come down on this wall halfway up's marble, and then we come down around the toilet flush. This is the flush valve for the wall hung toilet. That gets teaked around. And then later on we'll put this one piece on our doorway. We'll have to sneak under, because after we've done, we can finish our wood 100%. And we're going to get right on our marble after we get a wood up there too. Anyways, guys, that's how that goes, and you can see the reasoning why we had jumped out with the extra thickness, because the marble has to meet the teak, and that's the difference, and that's why this teak goes around that, because the marble hits this, we can thin set it to become flush with the wood. You guys, that's it. Just quick update on what we're up to as far as the teak is going, but we're getting there. It's time consuming, a lot of cutting, but and it's going to be worth it in the end when it's all done. At least it's done the way we want it anyways. Alright, you guys, till the next one. Take it easy.